Hey guys, welcome back with the new topic. So in this session, I will show you how to configure the interface profile, and then we will also configure the interface selector, and the third thing would be to map the interface selector with the interface policy group. In the last video, we configured access port policy group. So we'll need to map the interface selector to the access port policy group. So I will show you how to configure the interface profile. You'll need to type interface profile in the Terraform site, and you'll need to click on ACI_leaf_interface_profile, and you will get the script for it. You can use the same script to configure the interface profile. So before adding to the main file, just make sure that you check the correct name in the interfaces, then leaf interfaces, and then profile. So I will use the same script and add in the main file. So I'll put a comment, it's an interface leaf profile, and then I'll paste the same script there, but I'll give the example name to this resource, which is ACI_leaf_interface_profile, and the name to this interface leaf profile is demo leaf profile. So I'll check the configuration by typing Terraform plan, and you can see it is accepting, and here you can see it is showing leaf interface profile you are creating. Now I'll apply this change, and it is getting accepted, and it will ask you to provide the confirmation by typing yes. So you need to type yes so that it will push the changes to the apic. So it is taking some time to push the configuration. We'll need to wait for a while. So now it started pushing the configuration, so you need to provide the confirmation typing yes. So once you confirmed, it will push the configuration to the apic. Now you can see this configuration got added to the apic. So I'll go on the apic and we'll verify the configuration. So here you can see demo leaf profile got created. Now the next thing would be to configure the interface selector. So in the interface selector, you basically select some interfaces that you are going to use, and then you will map this interface selector to the interface profile. So in the demo leaf profile, you can see you'll need to map interface selector. Now I'll go to the Terraform site and will search for the interface selector. You will get the result for it, and you can select ACI access port selector to select the ports. Now here one thing you need to put access port selector type. So it should be all, or you can put the range. And also I need to give the example name to the resource. So we are using access port selector resource, so we'll need to change the name and we'll give the example to it. So now next thing is to select the interfaces. So here you need to type the block in the search box. So you will get a script for access port block. You can use this resource to block the interfaces. So here the resource name is access port block, and the name to this access port block is demo port block. And now the next thing is the card. So here in our switches there is no extra module is there, so I'm removing this card from here. So I'll now select the port. So I'll need to put interface number. So let me check the free ports which is available on the GUI. So here I'm checking for the free port, and it seems that interface 1/13 is available. So we'll use in our configuration. Okay, now I'll use port number 13. So I'll put in the script and we'll save this file. Now name to this profile is demo port block. So I'll try to run this policy, but I'm getting some error. So we have not changed the name of the resource. So might be last time we configured it, but not sure if we have saved the file. So let me change once again the name to this resources to example. So both the names I have changed. Now let me save this file and try to run the Terraform script. So I'm applying the configuration, and here you can see you are adding two things here. One is access port block and access port selector. So it looks good, and we'll proceed further pushing the configuration. So it got pushed, and here you can see two changes got added. Now we'll check in our policy. Our policy name is demo leaf profile, and under this you can see interface is 1/13 got mapped, and it is showing description is from Terraform. So in this way you can configure or select the interfaces using the port block script. So in this example I have used only a single port, but if you want to take a range of the interfaces, like if you want to take two or more than two port, then you can select and give the range from port to two port. So in this way we have configured interface profile and interface selector. Now we'll need to bind this interface selector with the interface policy group. Now I'll show you how to associate these two policies together. So I'll need to associate the port selector with the interface policy group. I'll need to provide the relation here and the port selector. So in the references argument you will get this line, and you'll need to mention the access port policy group name, and the syntax would be the access port policy group dot example dot id. So I'll check before pushing the configuration in the demo port selector. So here you can see there is no policy group associated to this. So I have saved the main.tf file, and now I'll run this. I'll type Terraform plan. It is showing that the access port selector will be associated to this policy group. So it seems our change is okay to proceed further. So I'll run the Terraform script. I'll apply the configuration and will provide the confirmation. I'll enter value yes. Now our change is getting pushed. You can see one change you have made to this existing configuration. So here under the demo port selector you can see the interface policy group got associated. So in this way you can do the association. Now I'll show you how to configure the switch profile, and then we'll also configure the leaf selector. Under the leaf selector we'll need to select the leaf switches, and then we'll need to associate this leaf selector to the interface selector. Now I'll configure the leaf profile. So firstly I'll verify the things before pushing the configuration through the script. So I'll check on the GUI. So I'll need to use this keyword leaf profile. So I'm getting some results here. So this is the example usage to configure the leaf profile. So I'll take this script to configure the leaf profile. Now I'll put a comment. switch profile, and then I'll paste the script. So this is my script to configure the leaf profiles. So name of this resource is ACI leaf profile, and we have given the example name to this resource, and the name for this profile is leaf1, and the description is from Terraform, and the rest of the things are optional. And under the leaf selector, the name is given is 1. Also, I'll need to do the switch association. So let's say if you have a range of the switches, then you need to use the range command, and then you can put the leaf node numbers. So here I would like to create a switch profile for 101 and 102. So I'll remove the rest of the leaf nodes from this configuration, and leaf selector, I'll remove these things from here, so it is not required. So this is the script for leaf profile. So I will save this script, and then we'll try to push the configuration. So here I'm getting some error, so we'll need to check what is the exact issue. So seems there was no bracket used here. So I've just saved it, and now it is accepting my script, and it is showing the results what you are pushing in this configuration. So here you can see you are adding one thing. So I'll apply this configuration. So I'll use Terraform apply, and then we'll push the configuration to the apic. So it is pushing the configuration, and now I'll provide the confirmation, putting the value as a yes, and in the apic GUI, so I'll verify if my change got pushed or not. So here you can see leaf1 profile got created, and here 101 and 102 leaf switches got associated to this profile. Now the next thing is to map the switch selector with the interface selector. So under the leaf profile, I'm checking for the relation command. So here I found one command that we can use to form the relation between these two policies. So I'll use this statement, and I will put this under the switch profile. So the command is relation underscore infra underscore rs underscore acc underscore port underscore p, and equal to ACI access port selector dot example dot id. You need to put the access port selector, the one which you used previously. So here I was trying to explain you how we can configure or do the association between the interface selector and the leaf selector. So far what we have done, we have configured the physical domain, we have created VLAN, we configured AAP, we also configured the AAP to domain, this association, and we also configured CDP, LLDP profile, then access port policy group. After this we configured interface leaf profile, and then access port selector, we configured access port block, we have blocked this 1/13, and then we configured switch profile. So in the switch profile I was explaining you about the relation. I was talking about the relation infra rs acc port, but I see there is some bug with this relation. So here we'll need to ignore these changes in the switch profile. You'll need to add these lines, ignore changes, and then the relation. So once you'll put this, it will ignore this relation, and the rest of the things which you have configured already will be as it is. So your leaf will be 101 and 102, so I'll keep this as it is. And after this I put some resource, that is ACI underscore rest. So in this resource you are going to associate leaf profile to the interface profile. So for time being you'll need to use this because there is some bug. So these are the steps to configure the association between the leaf profile and the interface profile. So now this is our script, so I'll save this file and then we'll show you how we can configure all these resources once again. So I'll type Terraform plan, so it will show you all this 13 resources that we are trying to configure once again. So this all the 13 resources, it is showing that we'll need to push this to the apic. So here you can see 13 needs to be added, so there is no changes and you're not removing anything. So I'll apply this configuration. So I'll type Terraform apply, and then it will take us some time to add all these resources one by one. So in this way it is pushing all the configuration to the apic. The resources which we have used in this script got pushed to the apic. So I'll open sandbox apic to check the configuration. So you can see leaf 1 profile got created. If I click on it, it will show me that 101 and 102 association is there. Now let me check the rest of the configuration. In the interface selector profile you can see demo leaf profile got mapped to this leaf selector. Now I'm checking the interface profile, and in the interface profile you can see demo leaf profile is there, and here you can see 1/13 got created and it is showing from Terraform, and the name of this profile is demo port selector, and it also mapped to the interface policy group. So in this way you can configure the access policies. In the next session I'll try to show you how to configure the VPC and the port channel.